Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we are diving into the world of Castellum, a company that sounds like it belongs in a fantasy novel, but trust me, the real story here is anything but magical, especially when we look at some of the, shall we say, interesting decisions they've made with their executive pay. Buckle up, it's going to be a bumpy ride. Castellum just filed a report about changes to some key employee agreements. In short, they extended the contracts of their executive vice president and their CEO and made a new arrangement with their chief financial officer. Let's see what's going on behind the scenes. First up, the company amended the employment agreement with J.O. Wright, their executive vice president of strategy and general counsel. They've extended his contract for 9 months, pushing it to the end of next year. All the other details of his original agreement stay the same. Just to recap, Wright gets a $270,000 yearly salary, a $4,000 monthly allowance for health insurance, and a possible bonus depending on what the compensation committee decides. It sounds pretty good. Next, they also changed the employment agreement with Glenn R. Ives, who is the president and CEO. His contract now runs for an extra year ending in the middle of 2026. Again, the rest of the deal remains the same. Ives gets a base salary of $300,000, but it goes up to $309,000 in July of 2025. He can also get a bonus of up to 100% of his salary. Half of that bonus depends on the company hitting certain goals, and the other half is up to the compensation committee to decide, so potentially a lot of money. There are also some common things included in the contracts. If Ives or Wright leave the company without a good reason, or if they are fired for a good cause, they get certain benefits they earned, any unpaid salary and reimbursements for business expenses. However, if the company fires them without a good reason, or if they leave because the company messed up, they could receive their salary for up to 12 months. To get this severance, they have to sign a release agreement promising not to sue the company. Both agreements also include rules about keeping information secret, not saying bad things about the company, and not stealing employees or customers. Pretty standard stuff in these kinds of deals. If you want to read the exact legal language, the report includes the specific changes to Wright and Ives' agreements as exhibits. Now let's switch gears to David T. Bell, the Chief Financial Officer. Starting in May of 2025, he's working under an at-will arrangement. This means that technically either he or the company can end the employment at any time. However, they've agreed to give each other 60 days notice before ending the arrangement. Bell will get a $280,000 yearly salary and can participate in the same benefit plans as everyone else at the company. Basically, this report is all about who gets paid what and under what circumstances. So what does all this mean? Well, on one hand, it's not unusual for companies to adjust the contracts of their executives. It can show that they value their leadership and want them to stick around. However, these moves do raise some questions. Why are they extending these contracts now? What specific achievements or challenges are they anticipating that would warrant these extensions? What exactly are the goals that Ives needs to meet to get his full bonus, and are they realistic given the current market conditions? And let's be honest, handing out potential bonuses that are equal to the CEO's entire salary feels a little excessive, especially when half of it is purely at the discretion of the compensation committee. It makes you wonder if there are enough safeguards in place to protect shareholder interests. Also, the fact that the CFO is now under an at-will arrangement while the other executives have extended contracts is a bit of a red flag. Is there some kind of internal conflict going on that we don't know about? Without more information, it's hard to say for sure, but based on what's in this report, it seems like Castellum might be making some risky bets with their executive compensation. And as always, it's the shareholders who could end up paying the price. In conclusion, Castellum's moves with executive contracts raise some eyebrows. While it's not uncommon to reward leaders, the discretionary bonuses and the CFO's at-will status create uncertainty. It seems Castellum is sailing in choppy waters. I hope they navigate these currents wisely for their shareholders' sake. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, please like, comment and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what other corporate filings you'd like me to decode.